What's going on with some of these Dragonmaid cards? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Yes, pre-sales are still going. Yes, more people will get the opportunity to pick up some of these cards. They are going to want discount code MK40 is going to save you on your purchase on these cards. And obviously, Sneak Peek was an interesting weekend for people. I've heard a lot of complaints about the set. I've heard good things about the set. But I mean, like, if you pull a bad rolling box on this set, you're going to cry. But discount code MK40. Buy what you need from Gamer's Choice. Kongs. Hey, look. Dominuses and Accusations are back in stock. Looking good. The fact that we have Elf Note Regenesis. The fact that a lot of the high-end is back in stock over here is good. And like I said, discount code MK40 will save you on your purchase on anything that you're going to want from this set. Actually seeing some Harmonias rolling back in here is pretty nice. I don't want to hear people going, you know, they don't have cards that we want. It absolutely looks like they have plenty of these high-end cards available. So this one's interesting to me. So I don't know if you've been just kind of moseying on through Dragonmaid cards recently, but a few of these cards, I'm not going to say that like they're super expensive, but when it comes down to push to shove, when you start looking at the quantities are the amount of money on these cards. So like Parlor Dragonmaid's what, like $4? Okay, well that's for a gold rare, by the way, which is kind of interesting. You also see Parlors from Battles of Legend Ultra Rares. These are $4 as well. Ladies Dragonmaid, I mean, these are also $4. Kitchen Dragonmaids also are $4. And then, of course, other Kitchen Dragonmaids, these are $3 to $4. And then, of course, Secret Rares are still kind of down at the moment from where they've been. But the whole point of me bringing this all up is, you know, we are decently seeing some of this Dragonmaid stuff, you know, doing well. Now, I mean, that was your best selling. Obviously, Chambers have fallen. These are Starlights are down to $79 from Etco. Ladies Dragonmaids, $48. House Dragonmaids, these are 30s at the moment. Just overall, I mean, a lot of these have dropped. You can also get the Altar Hospitalities now for $15, which is kind of nice. Nurse Dragonmaids, $3 to $4. I mean, that's pretty decent. Your QCRs, so like the Starlight's nice and everything, but the reality of the situation is like you can just get the Super way more affordably. You know, and that's always going to be the case when we tend to look at a lot of these sets. You know, it comes down to, you know, how easy is it to get, you know, what's affordability looking like? And I think that that's pretty interesting. Spriggan's Merrymaker. You know, I don't know how many times I'm going to be shocked by this, but being able just to make this generically, to, you know, be able to overlay Sargass on top of it so you just literally get the search is exactly what you're paying for here. You guys remember just back a couple months ago when these were a whole $2, man. You know, you weren't getting wrecked on the premium to have some of these cards. And also, I still don't know why Kami just has not reprinted Merrymaker. There is no reason for this card to have this extremely crazy number right now. So, still a little bit curious on how the long term is going to look for this, just to get into the Sargass, just to get into the additional equipability and searchability the deck is supposed to offer. Prohibitions. I guess this card and the Super were kind of syncing up with each other, or pretty close to it. I see there's some mods here for 34s, and 41s. But the real story today is what's going on with these Secret Rares. Secret Rare Prohibitions, I see there's 2 listings here for 16s. And then we actually go up to $33. This is one of the very few times, for whatever reason, that this card is just kind of syncing up with its other previous versions. So do I recommend picking up champion packs? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised now that people are aware of this movement here, and you know, we're seeing this extremely large uptick processing here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Prohibition actually slamming up into some crazier numbers here. Like, I think realistically, the Super will probably do a pretty crazy thing. This one just, I don't know what to say about this. There is no reason in any universe that Saber Vault should be gaining any value whatsoever. Like this card was a meme. You know, we all thought that they should have remade this, but interestingly enough, it's not that the card's just getting bought out. It's just there was already such a low quantity of these on today's market that they've all just kind of disappeared. And I guess that's like the true story here, right? Like a lot of these older Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they just kind of do vanish into the sunset. You know, you don't really get to see a lot of these things kind of circulate back in, or they're gonzo. So that's kind of an interesting little statement, actually, is how many of these are sitting in somebody's old closet somewhere? Herald of the Orange Lights. Really? This is what the market's going for? Herald of Orange Light Starlight Rares are gonzo. You're down to 9 listings of these. And it's crazy because these are like 99 to 100. These are 100. These are 110 on up to 116. And then you cross this mystical finish line at $200. Excuse me, market. I'm really glad to see that, you know, Herald has just become this massively powerful card somewhere in some universe. So I also think a lot of this kind of has to do with some of the uptick in Genesis format. You know, Dark Lords and this card tend to go hand in hand. I mean, it is a -1 hand trap, but gosh darn it, is it a good one. Vision Hero Vyon, the old normal summon mill down, and then we can banish one to search for a poly. These aren't anything too crazy right now, but listings are starting to get a little bit scarce on these, which means you're going to start to head on into like a $6 direction for these. I don't know what your forecast is on hero cards, because we have a battle set coming. There's going to be hero cards dedicated to the set, which I think is going to be fine. But with what you're looking at here, it's kind of interesting. Mech Lord Emperor Weisel. Oh, man. Star Pack. Guys, remember when people said Star Pack would be a terrible long-term investment? It's so strange to watch these sets 10 years later, aging like crazy. I mean, you have a couple of cheap ones here, but interesting. Starfoil is definitely one of the funner rarities in this game. Kage Musha of the Sixth Samurai. Huh. $25. $28.96 Quatlus. You know how many bananas that is? And the fact that like these just kind of got rotated again today is telling me the same story that I've been suspecting for a little while. You know, these have been doing old format shenanigans for sure. Speaking of old formats, Nitro Warrior Ultimate Rare First Eds. These are $194 a piece, or $164. I mean, when these two are gone, you go up to $300. I guess that's just how the market rolls with these things, man. High end is truly high end. You know, you're gonna have these crazy numbers, and yeah, soundproofed. You know, they're not $28 today, but you know, gosh darn it, they're definitely up there. But also, you know, this card is kind of incredibly broken. Just being able to floodgate your opponent out of an entire type of summon is freakishly broken in this game. That's why, like, we've seen people looking at this card and just trying to use ways to abuse it. It's actually been seeing play, which is crazy. Elemental Hero Gaia. You know how many times we have people freak out and go, I can't believe Gaia's gone up. Well, you can thank Edison format. Yet again, you know, people want to play these older formats, and you continue to see things like this just disappearing over time. And it's just going to continue to be a trend that's going to go upwards, because that's just how your market is reacting to these sorts of things. So what do you guys think about today's market? Pre-sales is still raging on. Like I said, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. You'll have plenty of opportunities to actually leap in to get those cards. And, well, you know, we'll see where things go. But you guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.